We've been getting together here for many years to talk about the early days of single sideband. This is K5LYN. My name's Lynn. I'm in Austin. And I'd like to encourage people, if they're operating a vintage radio or has an interesting history, talk a little bit about the times in which it went onto the market, because these things are the closest we'll ever come to a real time machine. And I always like to say a little bit about the times that the radio came from when we kicked the net off. In fact, this evening, I'm on a radio called Cheap and Easy SSB from QST 1956. This is an all-homebrew radio transmitter and a homebrew receiver built to go with it, and it was built by KG7TR from QST 1956. You know, when I'm on my Central Electronics 10A, I talk about General Eisenhower and 1951. 1956 was a little bit different deal. In 56, we were listening to the B-36 bomber over our heads, and if you ever heard six-piston engines turning and four jet engines burning at the same time, you remember the sound of the B-36. And those were the years that cars had fins. And all around us, especially Chrysler Corporation, had the bizarre fins on their cars for many years. And it was in that environment that this radio first went on the air. Cheap and Easy SSB. All right, KC5L. Tom, didn't I hear you earlier a while ago? How about it? Well, maybe I made that up. We'll keep Tom on the list. Hey, Dan, I know I heard you twice. KWOZ, how about it?
Yeah, good evening, Lynn, and all the rest of the boat anchors. This is Dan, located in Houston. Same old stuff. Well, this week I don't have the Drake TR3 on. Trying to flip a coin to see which one to put on here, but this is the Kenwood 830. Probably built around 79, 80, maybe something like that. And I'm trying to think what was going on exciting at that time. I don't know. I think it was just a little bit after we had moved to Texas, I guess, but that's nothing historic going on there. Anyway, it's a Kenwood 830. My VFO kind of crapped out on me, so I'm working on that. But driving a homebrew pair of 813s, about 600 watts, maybe 700, something like that. The antenna is an inverted V up about 40 feet. And it's starting to warm up here, or it did today anyway, a little bit. So we're hopeful for the future. That's it from here, Lynn. Thank you.
Well, 813s, certainly that they have a place in history for sure. Do they go back before the Second World War, or was it a World War II tube?
I've got some. These are the standard sheet metal plate in here. They're RCA and they're original. I took them out of the original box. But I've got some other graphite ones that are much older than these, but I don't remember. I think they're in the late 30s, actually. The other ones were.
Well, they're great tubes. We've all used them. I had them in the B&W amplifier I used to have out in the country, and certainly you've done nice work on that station. Beautiful audio, Dan.
Well, thank you, Lynn. Oh, a little quick story about the 813s. I went to a Catholic high school, and there was a little bitty short nun that smoked cigarettes. She was always bumming them from me. She was our chemistry and physics and everything teacher, and I don't know, I befriended her, or vice versa. I don't know, because I used to loan her cigarettes, I guess. But she asked me to come over one weekend, and she wanted me to take her to the Naval Reserve Center. They were closing it out, and they had all kinds of electronic stuff. She says, you can come help me, and you can take whatever you want. So I went over there, and they had boxes and boxes of stuff, and they had boxes and boxes of 813s. So I was exposed to having a pile of 813s from about the 11th grade on, I guess. That's it.
Well, so that history goes way back. Interesting. By the way, what led to your move to Texas?
The company I worked for, I was running our process lab up there, and the guy that was working, a sales guy working in our office down here, left and went to somebody else up in Ohio, and they asked me to come fill in for them for a couple of years, which I did. Then they gave me a big promotion, moved me back, but I decided I liked the Texas weather back, and then the German competitor called me up and said, we'd like to move you back to Texas, so I did that.
Okay. Well, it was a good move. We're glad you're here. And the story about the nun that smokes, that might be one for the books.
Oh, yeah. Oh, everybody knew about it. You know, she had that little storage room in the back where she kept all of her chemicals, and I went back there and I saw a pack of cigarettes that was empty one day, and she come over to me and says, "Can you come in the back here and help me with something?" And I went back there and says, "You got cigarettes?" That started it.
What a story. Good to hear you, Dan. All right, let's move on down the road here. And how about Robert, Mr. WW9W? Talk to us.
All righty, Lynn. K5LYN and the boat anchor. Good evening to you, Lynn. Good evening to everybody. You guys sounding real good. Get this thing set right here. Hold on 1 second. Okay, that was a little better. All right. Yeah, I'm on the Collins, the KWM2380, and the paperwork on it, I got the original manual and all that good stuff, and I am the second owner of this thing, and it was built in 1979, October 1st, the date on the paperwork, it says it was, with the number, 1979, serial number 761, so it's been around a little while, I would think. And I am using the SM280 Rockwell Collins desk mic that goes with this thing, which I was lucky to find. And of course, I'm running it into the 30L1. What, those were built in the 60s, 65, something like that? Running about 600, about 700 watts. Getting it a little too hard, actually. About 700 watts I'm running out of there, the 30L1. And got all that going into a Ultimax double bazooka. And it's up probably about 55 feet at the apex. That's what's going on here, Lynn. Nothing much else. Just chilling out. Finally retired from my HRO after now almost 10 years. So we finally gave it up. Oh, I did install the, what do you call that, Chiron board for the walk bands and that memory board. I installed that in it today, and it seems to be working just fine. All righty, back over to you, K5LYN, WW9W.
Hey, you got twice as strong while you were talking. Did the band change that much, or did you do something during your transmission?
Yeah, I turned the gain up, Lynn. I turned the gain up on the mic there, the carrier.
Boy, you're right here in the room with me. Strongest I ever heard you, Robert. Great to hear you. Anything else for the group this evening?
No, sir. That's it for me. You guys have a good one.
All right. All right, moving on down the road. KE5Q, Jim.
All right. Let's see if this thing's working. K5LYN, KE5Q. Yeah, we had a good lunch today. Robert and I did just down the street here from the house, and as we do on Wednesdays. And Robert's sounding good over there. I think it was better with the gain down just a tad, though. Anyway, we're on the TS530S, and we're driving the MLA 2500, and just kind of loping along there, I don't know, about 800 watts or something like that, into the double bazooka, Ultimax 8040, and the Shure 444. And you were talking about, they were talking about the 813s. That was the first amplifier I built when I was in high school, and I think I was like a junior. And I built a pair of 813s in class AB2, just a little bit of the good drive there, and it didn't take much to drive it there. I was using an HW12, which I still have, HW12. All right, I'll let you get on down the line there. K5LYN, KE5Q.
You know, I never had that single band Heathkit transceiver. There's a mess of them still on the air. I hear them on 20 meters all the time. And who would have thought that they would be such a long-lived little radio? Great to hear you, Jim. Beautiful signal. Anything else for the net this evening?
Nothing else here. Just like I said, appreciate you calling it. KE5Q.
Okay, WB5TXW. Talk to us, George.
Hello, and all around the net for the finest hour of amateur radio for the week from WB5TXW here in Austin on the S-Line, 32S175S330L1, the power supply, the speaker box. So I think my 32S1 and the 75S3, Lynn, and I think I heard it from you, but correct me if you want, I believe the transmitter and receiver were made in 1960 when Eisenhower was president. The 30L1, that had to have been middle 60s, I think. So maybe that's when LBJ was president. In any event, got all that working. The Shure 444 and 2060 antenna tuner out to the dipole in the woods there. And I guess nothing knocked the antenna down in the last few days. Over.
Well, it's certainly working great, George. And yeah, I think you have the history right. You know, unfortunately, if General Eisenhower could have been President Eisenhower longer, we might not have gone to Vietnam. Over.
Maybe. I don't know. I read a lot of those books. We'll talk about it sometime. I've been reading a book, a 29-hour book about World War I in the trenches, so I read about what those guys went through. And I didn't feel so cold these last few days.
Yeah, whatever works.
All right, well, that's about it. WB5TXW back to net.
All right, let me talk to my friend Phil. I hadn't talked to Phil in a while. You had business around there. Phil, how you doing? K5LYN.
Doing good, Lynn, and hello, Jay, and Rusty may be here. Hello, Rusty. Let me try to make this short because we're going to be here late, and I'm hearing some good stories. So I'm running a KWM2 with a high microphone, 30L1, and a case dipole with a reflector on it at 50 feet. This is a 1963 KWM2. I joined the Air Force in 63. They sent me to Keesler, the radio school, Keesler Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi. Got lucky, come back home. Got to spend weekends at home. Anyway, I'm a draft dodger. I joined the Air Force. I was watching the news in the winter of 63, that's the year I graduated from high school, and I was going to be drafted later in the year. And as soon as I graduated, I was watching the news, and they were showing Marines wading through rice paddies with them little baby Ruths floating around in there, what looked like baby Ruths, and holding an M14 over his head. That didn't look like a lot of fun. So I joined the Air Force. Sent me to Turkey where I was monitoring Russian missile sites. We were the first, I don't know what you want to call them, but we would notify them if there was a missile launch. The data wasn't all that good in 63. And so we would know about it, and it went straight to NSA. And I'm a draft dodger, and I'm proud to be one. Spent good times in the Air Force. 1963, this thing was built, and it's working real good. N5PF, back to you, Lynn.
Hey, Phil, that's exactly the kind of story I was looking for. That makes that radio a real time for you, or like a time machine. And certainly there's memories in those vacuum tubes there. Great to hear it. All right, am I going to talk to you again on Sunday, maybe?
You got a week on me. I guess the band's moving. Say that again.
Okay, I just said I'll talk to you Sunday on 20 meters.
Yes, indeed. I'll be there. N5PF.
All right. Okay, Jay, I guess I've talked to half my list here, and we're looking for WK5R and WB1E, other net controls. Pick it up, Jay, K5LYN.
Yeah, alrighty. We'll see what we got left here. I'll go back and check on Tom here. Oh, this is KM5QS, and I'm on my modern rig until I get my stuff together and pick up another boat anchor. But my tuner is homebrew, and some of the parts in it are probably old enough to have come across on the Ark. I'm not sure about that, but it could have happened. I have to, for an old-time story, I have to agree with Phil. I did the same thing. 2 weeks before I got my draft notice, I had talked to the Air Force recruiter who had graduated high school from W.B. Ray in 1963. And I had got my draft notice, and I called the AF recruiter, and he said, "Come on down." I said, "I'm there." So at any rate, I know the feeling, and it was a wise choice. Kept my feet dry. Still had to do some scrub. Well, anyway, that's another story. KC5L, Tom, are you there?
Hey, good evening, Jay, and everyone on the Boat Anchors Net. Tom, KC5L in San Antonio. And tonight we're on the usual here. We're talking on the Central Electronics 200V from 1961, and that's driving the matching 600L amplifier from the late 50s. And that in turn goes to a Johnson KW Matchbox, also from the late 50s, I presume, could be from the 60s. And that goes to a homebrew doublet of about 15 feet. The microphone's a D104, and we're listening on an R390A manufactured on a Collins contract in the late 50s. And, had an audio issue with the 200V when Lynn called out and had to reach inside and wiggle the tube. That's about all I have this evening, Jay, so back to you, KC5L.
Okay, well, you must have wiggled it just right. It's sounding great this evening, so everything's working good now. All right, thank you, Tom. Let me slide down here to KA5CXG. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, KA5CXG out there. Well, what's cold, San Angelo? I'm ready for the summer again. I've had enough winter already. Y'all can have it. I'm ready for the hot weather. Anyway, running the same old thing, 3001 merch tutor. Still got the 751 sitting up here on the table. Hadn't put a boat anchor up here yet. But anyway, not much going on here, and everybody exceptionally well for some reason, but that's good. Anyway, y'all have a good week, and we'll catch you again. KA5CXG.
Okay, Bob. Yeah, I think this cold weather, if nothing else, it quietened the band down for some reason or other. I'm not sure. I'd rather it was warm, though. I'll join you in that. All righty, Bob. Let's see. N5WJA, Jim.
N5WJA. Good evening, Jay, everybody else. Boat anchor sitting on the shelf over there. I still ain't fixed its little issue, but we'll get around to it. I'm on my 890. I'm on a homemade dipole back there, about 20 foot up all the way across, using a B&W tuner. That's old enough, I know, but y'all sounding good. I'm just enjoying hearing some of these old rigs and some of the stories. I really enjoy it. 730 N5 WJA. Thank you, Jay.
Okay, Jim. Yeah, good deal. Yeah, we get practiced up, try to remember the narrative on some of these old stories, so when we get around the pit at Belton, we can share some more of them. But anyway, good to hear you. We'll catch up with you after a while. AG5XP, Kenneth, your turn, sir.
Hello, Jay, and thanks for picking me up and putting on the net here, and everybody's coming in no problem over here. Tonight we're on a mega setup here, got a Heathkit SB10 sideband adapter and got it grafted onto a Johnson Viking 1 transmitter, hooked up to a Gonset GSB 201, and currently I'm using an old helicopter Sky Buddy made in 1939 for my receiver. Got a JCPenney ceramic microphone and a G5RV antenna and a Eastgate 2040 tuner. Back to you, Jay.
Tango.
Who's that station?
K8YT.
I couldn't copy either one.
Kilowatt 8 Yankee Tango.
Kilowatt 8 Yankee Tango.
Kilowatt 8. I'm sorry. Say again.
Kilowatt 8 Yankee Tango. K8YT.
Okay, K8YT. Alrighty, sir. While we got you, go ahead and do your thing there. Go ahead, sir. K8YT.
Yeah, this is Rick south of Dayton, Ohio. Just doing a pre-check here. You guys comping me okay?
Oh, it's in and out. The band's up and down. No, can anybody relay?
Checking in.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, thank you, sir.
I'm just saying hi.
Yes, sir. I'm checking in there for the country cousins. I'll be kind of in and out. The band's not very good tonight, Roger.
Oh, this is the vintage Hamnet, not Country Cousins. If you're trying to check in with us.
Oh, okay. What frequency are we on? I'm talking on that old range.
3870.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. We this is the Boat Anchors Unlimited net, and we meet here every Wednesday night on 3870 at 7:30, and primarily it's the old tube type sideband rigs and stuff like that. But that's no problem. At any rate,
That's what he's on.
he's on a boat anchor.
Yeah.
Cool. See, he's in the right place after all.
He's on a Drake, he said, an old Drake.
So that'll work. I lost my place.
Ooh, bad audio.
RF.
WLF.
Okay, Jay.
Okay, I'll get you on the list, Jimmy. I do have W5DK in there, though. Don, you want to take it?
Sure. Evening, everybody, and this normal old station here, like everybody's talking. I don't know how old it is. This is a TR4 transceiver from the 60s, late 60s, I'm guessing. And I've got an L4 amp without the B, and I know the serial number on that is 19, so it's early. And I'm always using the same station here. Got a D104, and I'm just using a extended double ZEP antenna outside, about 75 feet to the apex. But I do have some other stuff here that's just as new. I got a set of B-twins. I've got a CC1 converter console that uses the TC6 and TC2 converters, and I've got an FS4 synthesizer to help these crystal radios stay on frequency, and then I've got a UV3 FM transceiver. I think that's 2 meters UHF and something else. And then I've got a C4 console that turns everything on and off, so it's all brand new stuff from whatever year that is. Thanks for running the net, Jay and Lynn and everybody. Back to you, Jay, W5DK.
Okay. Thank you, Don. Good deal. All righty. Let me check. Rusty, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here, Jay.
Okay. Let me catch Jimmy and Perry, and then I'll turn it to you. That'll just about into my list anyhow. KC5WLF. Jimmy, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, For sure, Jay, and everybody. Good hearing everybody this evening. Same thing happened. Same thing is going on here. My wife is still in the nursing home, and we've been having a lot of problems. But hopefully, should be getting better. I'm talking on my FTDX10 tonight. My boat anchor is the Heathkit SP200, which is definitely a boat anchor. And it looks like its peaks are about 700 watts on peaks, so it's doing a job with 68 watts input. But anyway, Jay, good hearing you and good hearing everybody on the net. Lynn, you're doing a great job, and George, your station still sounds good. I'm just amazed at that old Collins station. Anyway, good evening to the net. Everybody try to stay cool and dry. KC5WLF.
I'd rather stay warm and dry, but anyway. Yeah, okay, Jimmy. Well, we're still praying for your wife and everything, so, best of luck on all that. Thank you for checking in, sir. Let me catch Mr. Perry up there in the wilds of Missouri. KB5, UOZ. Come on down, Perry.
Okay, Jay. Make that in the zero lane, KB0UOZ. Anyway, Jay, good evening to you. Good evening to everybody here on the Boat Anchor Net on this January, another Wednesday here. Well, tonight we're kind of on our same stuff, sort of. We're on the Hot Water 101 with the, we've changed microphones. I'm on a Shure 444. I'm usually using a Shure 450 Series 2. Anyway, I don't know if it makes any difference. And anyway, then we're running the SP200 tonight. Got her wound up fairly good. Looks like about 1100 watts. So that's kind of the story here. Running out to a off-center fed 75-meter antenna. So anyway, that's the story. Thanks for getting me in, Jay. We'll ride along, KB0UOZ.
Okay, Perry, good deal. Well, as usual, you're sounding fine down here, and that mic sounds nice and clear, so it's working every bit as good. If I would hang on to it. Thank you, Perry. All right, Rusty, I believe I'm going to let you take a shove at it so I can get something to drink. KM5QS2WK5R.
KM5QS WK5R. Mighty fine there, Jay. Appreciate it. And good evening, everybody. This is WK5R. You listen to the Boat Anchors Unlimited Net. I'm running my usual stuff tonight, the Kenwood TS590S, the Tascam PM70 dynamic studio mic. That goes into driving my homebrew GS35B amplifier. That goes into a homebrew tuner in standby position or bypass position right now, or direct, no tune. And that goes out to a homebrew fan dipole up about 50 foot, and that's where we are. So who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
November 0, November Whiskey Papa.
And 0 Golf Victor Kilo.
I got two there. All right, November 0 with a whiskey and a papa in there. I didn't get the other letter. Go ahead.
NWP.
Thank you, Jay. NWP, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Rusty, I think it is, and everybody on the Boat Anchor Net tonight. Well, I'm not running a boat anchor for a radio. I just resurrected this 690 Kenwood, got it fixed up. I thought I'd run it on the net tonight. I was on a Cubic 103 last week, and I'm running this Kenwood into my Cubic 1500 ZA up to a 80-meter loop. And not running very much power, it doesn't look like, but about 300 watts. I'm not pushing it very hard. Anyway, I guess that's about it. And Perry, if you're still listening, you were 30 over on me. And back to net. Everybody have a good evening. N0NWP.
Okay. Well, thing sounds good, and you're plenty loud down here. Appreciate you checking in. All right, N0 GVK. Go ahead, Kurt.
Hey, good evening, Rusty and the Net, N0GVK. Kurt up here in south central Nebraska. And boy, everybody's just booming in here tonight, Rusty. A lot of good boat anchors on the air tonight. And tonight I'm on my Galaxy 5 Mark II station using the World Radio Labs SB44 sound-off microphone. And I got the matching VFO speaker console, and I'm running that into the Galaxy 2000B amplifier. 10-6LB6 is glowing here, keeping the shack warm, putting out about 600 watts into the off-center fit antenna. Up 30 feet. Thanks for picking me up, Rusty. WK5R from N0GVK.
All right, Kurt, sounding good as usual. The Galaxy 5 Mark II is doing a job there, along with that almost dozen tubes there. Appreciate you checking in. We'll look for you later. Who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
K5WHO. Delta Hotel Echo.
November 5 Tango Zulu.
All right, we're going to try that again. That was a heck of a train wreck. Try it again and slow down and separate them a little bit. Come now.
K5 Delta Hotel Echo. K5WHO.
Okay, I've got two there. All right, the K5 ending in Echo. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. K5 Delta Hotel Echo. Name's Jim, and I'm in Granbury, Texas. And I'm talking talk on a little Ten-Tac 540 with its microphone is dedicated to it, a little Ten-Tac mic. And my tuner is a Heathkit 2040 tuner. And the kilocycle kicker is an SB200, and the antenna is a homemade G5 RB. Over.
All righty. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that little Ten-Tac is the one that's got the wooden case on it, if I'm not mistaken. Appreciate you checking in. It's working. We'll catch you next time. Okay, K5WHO, who? Go ahead.
All right. Good evening to you and everybody on the net. I'm cheating a little bit. I had my Heathkit SB101 hooked up last night thinking the net was on Tuesday night. So I didn't hear the net, of course, last night. So I disconnected the radio. So I'm cheating. I'm talking on a ICOM 7600. But I am driving a Boat Anchor amplifier, an old Henry 2K4 console amplifier, so maybe I'm halfway Boat Anchor tonight. Anyway, thank you for picking me up. My name is Stan. I'm in Harrison, Arkansas. So good evening, y'all. K5WHO.
All right, sounded good all the way from Harrison there. We'll catch you next time. All right, who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
November 5 Tango Zulu.
Okay, there were two there. There was a November 5 station. Go ahead.
Yeah, November 5 Tango Zulu.
Oh, no, N5TZ. Go ahead.
Yeah, located here in Pearland. And our boat anchor tonight is one I just got working this week. It's a TS-830, and it needed a little TLC when I had some shipping damage, so I got it working, and looks like it works pretty good. Dan WZ helped me get it working, and so I'm talking on that. I'm cheating a little bit with a microphone. I'm using a Shure SM7B, but it's kind of fun. It was fun getting that thing working, so we'll see what we can add to it.
Roger. Well, the Kenwood sounds great there, and that Shure SM7B, that broadcast mic sure does not hurt the situation at all.
Yeah, thanks for the report there.
I know exactly. I'm familiar with that mic. I used to work in the in an AM broadcast station, and that's what we used at the board there. We had an SM7D there. All right. Appreciate you checking in. We'll catch you later. Okay, who was the other station underneath and come now?
Whiskey Bravo 0, Sierra November Foxtrot.
Oh, okay. N0 SNF up there. Go ahead.
Okay, QSL, if you can copy. You covered in pretty darn good tonight. I'm on a Helicrafter's SR-160, driving a pair of 813s through a link tuner to a loop antenna that has a Hoyle up a mill to the south. I was going to put up an antenna that favored the south last fall, but I didn't get it done. But there's always next fall. Anyway, back to you.
All right, yeah, the Helicrafter's HR-160 is working there. We don't hear those very often, but working fine. Appreciate you checking in there. And we'll catch you next time. Who else is in there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Hey, Rusty, can I have it a minute?
Go right ahead, Lynn.
Yeah, tell him WB0SNF's an old friend of mine, 30 years on 20 meters. Tell him I said hello, and I'm hearing him tonight. Over.
All right. Yeah, Lynn says tell you hello there, SNF.
Yeah, you betcha. Good copy on you, Lynn. I can always hear you on Wednesday night. I have to do something about my end, but anyway, have fun and carry on. WB0SNF.
All righty. He said he heard you good there, Lynn. Appreciate it. Okay, who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
KB0ZQO. Whiskey 5 Bravo Echo.
Okay, I've got two there. All right. I think it was Zulu Kilo Victor. I may have screwed that one up. Come now.
It's Kilo Bravo 0 Zulu Quebec Oscar. The name is Kevin, and we're just north of Dodge City, Kansas. And tonight, we're running an old Yaesu FT901. I think they came out in 1978, something like that, about the time I was getting out of college. So, just putting that into an inverted V, and I got a SC1000 sitting on the floor. I need to put up here on the bench and hook up behind this thing, but haven't got around to it, Rusty. So, appreciate you getting me in. And we'll talk to you all later.
All right, sounded good from Kansas there, and I'm familiar with the old hybrid Yaesu there. Appreciate you checking in. All right, the station ending in Bravo Echo, go ahead.
Good evening, Rusty. This is Whiskey 5 Bravo Echo. My name is Butch. Bravo Uniform Tango Charlie Hotel. We are located in Ponca City, Oklahoma, in the north central part of the state. This evening we are running a Drake TR3. It's running it barefoot into an in-fed halfway 75-meter dipole. And pretty simple setup here this evening. I did get it up out of the floor and fired up last weekend. And by the way, I did get the fire supply yesterday. Thank you very much. I fired it up right out of the box, and she hadn't had time to hook it up to the HW12, but we may be able to get that done this weekend.
Roger. Yep. When I got the whole call sign, I realized who you was there, Butch. Appreciate you checking in, and the Drake is working. We'll catch you next time. You have any questions? Well, you got my phone number or whatever, you can give me a holler. All right. Anybody else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
W50ZZ. We're good to go, but I think we'll be fine without it. We'll keep an eye on it, but I sure do appreciate it, and we'll get it all interconnected once I dig out. I believe I have the correct plug for what I need. I've even got the cable, the wire. I just got to put the ends on the wire, and well, before I do that, I've got to find the box and all that stuff is in. So anyway, that'll take a while. I might have to wait for warm weather to make that happen. Who knows? Anyway, 7:30. Everybody sounds great this evening. WK5, or this is W5BE 73 to all.
All right, Butch. Catch you later there. All right, go ahead, Don.
Yeah, that's W50ZZ, New Caney, Texas. Running a 830 Kenwood TS830S Kenwood into the old amplifier 41000 and grounded grid, and the antenna is a double bazooka, 45 feet. Over.
Roger. Sounded good as usual there, Don. Appreciate you checking in. All right, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
K5WZ.
K5WZ, I believe it is. Go ahead.
Well, thank you. Good evening, Rusty. This is Kevin in Saginaw, Texas, and I am on a FTDX 10, which is the furthest thing from a boat anchor, but I'm driving a SB221, so I guess that qualifies for a boat anchor, and I did not build the amplifier, although I do have the sticker on the back, which tells me who built it back in 1981. I never met the gentleman, and I just wonder if anybody in the group here knows Whiskey Zero Delta India Fox. His name is David Hacks, so I don't know. But anyway, that's the station here. I am feeding a simple center-fed dipole cut for 75 meters. And that's the rundown here, Rusty, K5WZ.
Okay. Hey, you said you was up there at Saginaw. I think you might have said, but that don't matter as long as you are interested in what we're doing here. And that made me think of old Lefty Frizzell song, on Wolverton Mountain up in Saginaw, Michigan. Appreciate you checking in. We'll catch you again. Who else is in there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Anybody else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
We're at the bottom of the bucket.
I think I did. All right. Fish the pond dry there, Lynn. K5LYN, WK5R. Your turn again.
Well, Rusty, I'd say with a signal like yours, I doubt that anybody's going to hear me that wasn't hearing you, but we'll certainly go around the table one last time. What a big net it's been this evening, with great signals all the way around. Hearing my old friend in Nebraska from many, many years up there. And I'm on the cheap and easy SSB, a homebrew transmitter from QST 1956. So this does go back a ways here. All right, anybody else we haven't picked up yet that wants to talk vintage radio? K5LYN, Lynn in Austin, listening. D-Roy, you still over there, A5R? Maybe not. Well, Jay, let's go around the table one last time. We may be about to call it here.
D-Roy, you out there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, you got a chance to talk?
Okay, well, everybody sounded great. A lot of people way over S9 tonight. It was the station that had the RF in the audio. Call sign ended in FX, but I'm not sure who that was. As far as 813s, there's an amplifier for sale on QRZ that looks like a real nice homebrew setup. And we had a pair of 813s at the club station when I was at the University of Texas. And I guess everybody knows on 75 meters, people sometimes go to the refrigerator during a QSO to get a cold 807. But, some of the more sophisticated folks get a cold 813 when they go to the refrigerator on 75 meters. Anyway, nothing else. This is A5R.
Hey, great to hear you, D-Roy. And we always glad you come by. So let's see. Back to you. Is it Rusty? No, it was Jay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm here. I'll wake up in a minute. All right. Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. 27 on the list so far. Anyone else that we've missed out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited this evening? Come now. I think we've done it. So I'm going to pass it back to Rusty after I thank everybody for participating. It's been a good evening. Good band's been pretty good, and enjoyed it and talking to every one of y'all. So KM5QS to WK5R. Go ahead, Rusty. Rusty must have gone after a lukewarm 812.
Yeah, I think he's down the hall. Well, let me just say, I think it was a great net tonight. I had fun. I hope everybody had fun. And the stories that go with these old radios are always things that need to be told, because there's young people out there that don't know how we got here. All right, K5LYN 73, and see everybody next week.
All right, I'm back. I think you might have been hollering at me, Jay.
Wrap it up.
Okay. Is there anybody else left out there that wants to check into the Boat Anchors Unlimited net before we shut the door? Come now. I'll take that as a no. Appreciate everybody checking in. This is WK5R, now closing the Boat Anchors Unlimited net and returning the frequency to normal amateur abuse. WK5R.
Pump it up.